I've got kids, and that means it's always about them. But I need support too. That's where Ollie comes in. With their delightful, hardworking gummies, my partner and I can actually get a good night's sleep, so we'll both stand a chance of managing our stress responses. Even when the kids are doing parkour in the living room. Discover Ollie vitamins and supplements. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello again, hockey fans. Are you ready to brave the wild with me, your host, Paladino Joey? It is, well, it's now Thursday, November 28th, 2013. It's just past midnight, but that would make it Thanksgiving. That's right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I am your host, Paladino Joey, or Joey Awajan, and with me, as per usual, Neil Nate Dog Thasing.
Yeah!
Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All righty, yep. And as mentioned, this is episode number 70. A little milestone for us. Nice to be getting to number 70. Yes. You excited?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're working towards 100. We'll get there pretty soon. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Oh, yeah. So, as per usual, it's a two-segment deal. Game reviews in the segment number 1 for all of you. The first, being it's been 2 weeks since the last show, because I was just way too burnt out from work last week, 70-hour week last week, cut down to about 55 this week. So, here we are. We're back, ready to roll. The lawn cleanups are done, so that's great. Then I can get it down into maybe the upper 40s here. That'd be okay. but yeah, it's better, or even low 40s. But this week's low because time off. But thank God. But to the point, game reviews and such here. The first couple of games we're just going to be very brief because otherwise we'd be reviewing 8 games and that'd be a bit obnoxious. But so it's one of those deals. And of course, in the and at the end of this segment, we will have our usual Mike Modano and James Shepard awards for the past week and a half, 2 weeks or whatever. Usually it's just 1 week, but you get the idea. Segment number 2, of course, the previews and a little Houston Aero checkup. Yeah, sound good, Neil? Sound good?
Mm-hmm. Sounds awesome.
All right, I agree. Mark Carlson was saying about tonight's game, I'll just say it really quick. He's saying, oh, no. This is on the Facebook page, by the way. Simply type in Brave the Wild, Minnesota Wild Show in the Facebook bar. Go there and click like. Would be very much appreciated. He was saying, oh, no, not what we wanted. Now a 3-1 loss to Phoenix and ending our streak of home wins.
Yep, son of a gun.
Mm-hmm. It's one thing after another of late, isn't it?
Yep, that's right.
Not
good.
Huh?
Not good.
Not good, because now the injuries are rolling in again. The schedule's getting harder, and the injuries are starting to mount.
Yep.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's been like 3 years in a row of that, but luckily our record's still super-duper good at 15-7-4, but hopefully we can maintain it this time. Oh, boy, we've been through this too much already.
Yeah. Well, Phoenix is a pretty tough team.
They have really, they are back and ready to roll again. They're well coached and such. They got
Gretzky.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's still with the organization, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep, and Dave Tippett's a really good coach. That's the coach right now. He was a candidate for the Wild at one point over Todd Richards. Well, Todd Richards won it, but yeah, we saw who's the better coach between those two. Yeah, remember when the Phoenix Coyotes went to the West Finals just 2 years ago against LA, or a year and a half? LA Kings, yes. Remember that?
Yeah.
Wasn't that surprising? I was like, what? What are they doing there?
Yeah, it was.
Now they're, they're good again after a struggle last year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yep. So, shall we jump into the schedule really quick?
Sure.
You're like, no.
No, Joe.
Don't do it. Don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Can't deal with it. It's just too negative. No, I'm kidding. Oh, parts of it are. I'm at the December here. I was like all prepping and got a little ahead of myself. Yeah, it starts good and then it gets a little rough and then it gets a little better and then it gets really rough. But yeah, a nice little cute little win against the Winnipeg Jets on Sunday, November the 17th. Just a super brief thing. Koivu got 2 goals in this game. Very clutch for the Wild. A nice little tough game. I was really sleepy, or not sleepy, but a little bit after working my ass off that day outside. Sunday, November the 17th. Yes, I worked on a Sunday. Ugh. But fun little game for the Wild. 2 goals by Koivu. He's really been, at that point, been really picking up his game of late. Tends to have stretches like that every year where he picks up. The whole hope now is that he can at least kind of sustain it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Koivu, you never know it's him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's a Wild captain, so he should be on top of his game all the time.
Yeah, at least be close to it. I mean, my goodness, yeah, it seems like every year he'll get really hot, and it's like, wow, he's been the MVP of the team of late, and then next thing you know, like, he either gets hurt for a while, or he's just, like, non-existent for, like, weeks on end.
Yeah.
It's tough. We've been through it like 100 times. It seems like it's always like the same old thing. Hopefully this year it's a little different. So the Wild head to Montreal, Canada. I remember one of us picked a win. One of us, yeah, I think you picked a win in that one. I picked a loss because it's just something about going to Montreal I just didn't feel comfortable with. And of course, the Mike Yeo puts Darcy Kuemper in there because, yeah, I'm just. Yeah, that was a bummer. Darcy Kuemper. You know what happens to Darcy Kuemper's in that, don't you? Floodgates opened, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wild lost 6-2 in this one.
Yep.
Max Pacioretty with a what do they call that? A true hat trick, meaning back to back to back. Not just 3 goals, but they were all in a row.
The gun.
The Godfather. Yep.
Yep.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, 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 no.
He didn't want us to know what he's thinking, and he was thinking 3 goals, and he got them. Yes. Aren't you glad? No, that was really tough. Tough night for the Wild. Comfort just got his ass kicked and was taken out, and Josh Harding didn't fare all so well either because really the damage had been done. Just the Wild psyche was way off on this night. Complete butt kicking. Luckily, Kyle Brazzi, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Luckily, Nito Niederreiter and Danny Heatley, who's been picking up his game a little bit of late, as we continue, picking up his game a little bit. Had his 3rd goal of the year at this point in time. They kind of helped save face for the Wild, but overall, just a yucky game that... Well, it was 0-0 after the first period, but then, bam, Darcy Kuemper got his ass kicked. One goal is like 1,000 goals against that young guy. Don't you love him, Neil?
No.
He's a frustrating son of a biscuit.
Yeah.
He needs to step up. He really does. He's not doing well in Houston either, as I'll get to later, much later. But then back-to-back, though, here's where we can get a little more detailed now. So, it's good that we kind of jumped through those really quick, but we can kind of slide into detail a little bit more here because it's like now it would be like since the last show type of thing. Ottawa. The Wild head to Ottawa, the capital of Canada. Yes. Wednesday the 20th of November, and, of course, a back-to-back. After losing 6-2 the night before in Montreal, the Wild with a nice little win against Ottawa, 4-3.
Yep. We got him.
We did. Mikko Koivu, late goal. Did you see it? Did you see this one, Neil? Did you see it? Did you like it?
Actually, I didn't see it, but I heard about it. I heard it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. This is one that you missed.
Yeah.
Look at you. No, good thing it's still kind of one of the early ones. One of the early games, but still, try to go a little more into detail. But yeah, so we apologize for that one out there. But I was able to catch this one. I mean, it's okay if sometimes you can't catch every single thing, but Mikko Koivu continuing clutch play in this one. Heatley netting another goal. Denny Heatley stepping up a little bit. Brodin assisted Denny Heatley's goal. Heatley assisted Brodin's goal. Just kind of cool to see that back and forth. Pominville, who's quieted down a little bit of late, getting his 13th in this game. But, Heatley's nice little wraparound. It seems like that's where he usually scores really close. It seems like he's always scoring close to the net, but was able to bury it against his old team. Seems like everywhere he goes, he gets booed, because he's every time he goes to a former team, they're going to boo him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad he can score against his former team. I hope he could score every game.
Yeah, or at least slightly more often, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like he's finally picking up a little bit, but boy, it's just been a struggle for him most of the year. But yeah, again, like I said, and as I'll continue too, he's starting to show signs, a little uptrend out of Danny Heatley of late. That's very encouraging, actually. If you're obviously a Wild fan, third line, fourth line, that's kind of where he's been, and to get a little production out of him would be great, eh?
Yeah, definitely, eh?
He
needs to rock so he can rock this house all the way to the top.
Absolutely. Oh, boy. Mikko Koivu, of course, again, that clutch goal late in the game. It was really good. Made a nice move. Was able to finish on it. Good pass from Parise and Coyle. Top line right there. All really good chemistry forming between Koivu, Parise, and Coyle. But, of course, as we'll learn later on, Parise with a contusion in his foot. We'll get to that shortly against St. Louis, of course. Yeah, doggone it. Don't you just love when these injuries happen? Ugh. No, me neither. It's frustrating. That was a fun little game, though, for the Wild. Nice rebound after a very, very frustrating game against Montreal. I actually really enjoyed that one. Shootout win. Saturday, November the 23rd, a shootout win. And do you know who was in net for this one? But Nicholas freaking Backstrom. He won a shootout, Neil. What do you think of that?
Wow, I can't believe that.
How'd you feel when you saw that one? He actually won a shootout, Neil.
It's a miracle.
Isn't it, though?
Miracle on Wild Street.
Miracle on Ice, right? No, that's been used too much, right? Shame on me. This was a game that just kind of dragged a bit. There were some shots on goal and such. Obviously, there's going to be, but I'm just saying there was action. It was there was a lot of shots on goal. What am I saying? There was a lot of shots on goal. Nicholas Backstrom made 37 saves out of 39 shots. Really nice, strong, very strong game. And Nicholas Backstrom was in net because, well, for like the third time in like 6 months, one of our goalies gets hurt during warm-ups. It's like, what the? Really? Yeah, Josh Harding got hurt during pregame warm-ups.
Wow.
It's like, what? You remember last year in the playoffs, game one of the playoffs against Chicago, Nicholas Backstrom hurt during the warm-ups? Remember that?
Nah.
Oh, it was good times. Look at you. And then earlier this year, Nicholas Backstrom hurt during warm-ups again. And
Dang. Dang.
And then Josh Harding takes over. And, yeah. And he has a really nice run, really playing strong. And Now Harding hurt during warm-ups, and Backstrom takes over. Strong performance there by him.
Gotta stop hitting him so hard with those pucks.
Yeah, really. Oh, listen to this guy. What's going on here? You look at you. What are you doing over there?
Smoking some ganja?
Whoa, look at this guy. He's putting I hope not.
I'm just kidding.
Neil, you're fired. No ganja on the show. No, I'm just... You're fired.
Yeah.
Oh, man, look at us. We're getting a little wacky here, aren't we? Fun game, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fun, very, very fun game by the Wild, though. Really enjoyed it.
Yep, definitely.
Don't you love when we play the Jets, though? It's turning into a nice rivalry, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I love playing them because I always know we're going to win.
You got that little cockiness to you, like, yeah, we're gonna beat them, right?
Yeah.
I still hold a grudge though against them. I still have this fear because of this complex. If I hope we don't play them on December the 13th again. That's all I gotta say. The Wild had the #1 record in hockey last year. Do you remember how good they were for a while there?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they were so good. They were the #1 record in all of hockey. December 13th, it's just Winnipeg. They're not really good. The Wild lose that game, and then it just like started a spiral straight downward. Like, you gotta be kidding me. That was that was tough to swallow in a big freaking way. Okay. Didn't you love it? Didn't you love it?
Oh, yeah.
December the 23rd. Actually, this was 2 years. No. Yeah, I'm all screwed up in the head here, but either way, it was a really frustrating loss. But anyhow, that's not even related to this season at all, so look at me. I just hope it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Zach Parise scoring in this game, assisting on a Nito Niederreiter goal as well. Really nice goal by Nito Niederreiter. He's really been a good find for the Wild, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He came from the
Islanders.
Islanders side.
Yeah, the Cal Clutterbuck trade.
Yep.
Seems like everybody got traded this year.
How's Clutterbuck doing?
Absolutely, basically nothing. He's got like 3 points, I think, pretty much. Pretty much. But, oops, excuse me. I'm like banging on the table here. Sorry for that, guys. I'm sure that was noisy. Apologize. Yeah, Clutterbuck. I mean, I certainly don't miss him. I mean, what a trade. I mean, Nito Niederreiter. What a nice find for the Wild. Obviously, a former blue chip draft pick for the New York Islanders. They've had about 1 million of them over the years, but yeah, that's why I keep trying to pick them as a surprise team, so to speak, and then they keep failing. But a solid, obviously just a really nice addition for the Wild. At least a third liner, a nice goal-scoring third liner. Great to have, power forward, all that good stuff. Really a strong player, and he's definitely valuable in a tough game against a physical Winnipeg type team. Joe, gotta like
Joe.
that. Yep. Neil's dancing around, isn't he?
I like it, Joe. I like it.
Listen to this guy. Neil's got the wacky tobacco going over there. Okay, look at me making wild accusations here. Monday, November the 25th, though. Oh my. St. Louis Blues Wild shutout, 3-0 in St. Louis. And if you're going to be serious about anything, if you're going to be serious about becoming a powerhouse in the Western Conference, you got to start beating St. Louis, and the Wild didn't come close.
Huh.
Of course, they had a goal disallowed. Zach Parise pretty much had a goal, and it was disallowed. Yeah.
Wow. That sucks.
Yes, it does. Listen to this guy. So, yeah, a tough game for the Wild against St. Louis. Just a frustration. Zach Parise, of course, tried to block a shot in the game after, of course, getting a goal disallowed. And,
Yep.
Just like everything went bad in this night. 3-0, of course. And now a foot contusion for Zach Parise. At one point, they were saying 2 to 3 weeks out, but he tried to go in practice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got hurt, and I heard that, and he's our best guy, so I was like, what the heck,
Mm-hmm.
It's like son of a gun, and yeah, he tried to practice again, and he couldn't make it because, it hurt.
Yeah, it's just too hurt, basically, right?
Too deep in there, I think.
Yeah, it's a contusion. That's how Marcus the forecaster would say it, contusion. St. Louis, they're a really serious they're a serious team right now. 17-3. 17-3. Obviously 3 overtime losses as well, or shootout losses, whatever they call it.
I'm surprised we didn't lose more than 3-0.
Yeah, it's a tough one, and believe it or not, the third goal was an empty netter, so it's like, that's the funny part. If they lose more than 3-0, they'll catch it. But no, I mean, Backstrom, another solid night, so it's nice to see Backstrom kind of being Backstrom again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's cool considering, obviously he had a pretty rough start to the year, and then of course the injury, blah, 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 and then Harding was so good, it's like you can't put Backstrom back in. And then when they did put him in, it seemed like he struggled, but now he's starting to look good again. So this is a very encouraging sign that we may have 2 good goalies here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely sucked that Harding's out, because now if Backstrom gets out, knock on wood, if I don't have wood, knock on wood.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully we just keep on going and the injury bug gets away from us and attaches to one of the good teams.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, really. Like St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and attach to St. Louis. Yeah. It's just like, I can't believe how good they are. My goodness. And yeah, I hate St. Louis. I've never liked the Blues. And I picked them to go to the Stanley Cup Finals just because it's like they're just good, and they're kind of due for it, I think. They're way overdue to go to the finals, I think.
Yeah, I think St. Louis is going to be a good team. Them and the Avalanche, who we face twice coming up.
Yeah, a home and home. That's going to be coming up in the previews. It's going to be extremely important, those 2 games. Hopefully we can at least get one of the 2 out of that. I really hope so.
I hope we at least win one, like the Chicago series.
Yeah, really, that would be nice. Yeah, we're like the home and home thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. It's been an interesting bounce back and forth. Tough game, though. Jason Zucker got in there, though, obviously with the, what's-his-name being out. Granlund, due to the concussion symptoms, of course. Yeah, Jason Zucker played a little center out there, and Charlie Coyle moved down to second-line center as well. Actually, he's mostly the second-line center. Doesn't look as good as a second-line center versus top-line winger. So, it's like, where do you go? Damn.
Yeah. Huh.
It's weird because I remember starting out the year, it was like Charlie Coyle's the second line center. He is dominating. Man, he's doing so well as a second line center. Wow. And then he hurt his knee, and then Granlund is like even better, and Coyle goes up to the first line when he comes back from injury. It's very interesting to see how things change like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Chucky.
Definitely.
I just called him Chucky. What am I talking about? Should have named him Chucky. Okay. Oh, man.
That'd be scary.
Yeah, wouldn't it, though? Mike Rupp is finally back. He was like on injured reserve like forever. He's kind of a fourth-line center, wing, whatever. He's mostly just there to mix it up and score a goal once in a while. Remember, we got him in a trade last year from the Rangers.
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
It's not too bad, I don't think. Adds a little depth to our defense.
Mm-hmm. Because he is a good defensive forward, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Defensive center, whatever. Yeah, he's good at that. And then obviously Zenon Konopka is fourth line face-off ace and fighter, I guess. Rupp gets in fights as well, but he's a good defensive player. So nice boost there. We could finally get off that St. Louis game. Ugh, yuck. And then tonight, the Wild play the Phoenix Coyotes and get defeated 3-1. Another deal where it was an empty netter. Verbata ended up getting 2 goals in the game. Verbata, yes, he scored the first goal the second goal and the empty netter. It was 2-0 Phoenix. Seemed like forever. It's like, are we ever going to do anything? And then halfway through the third period, it's like, the Wild have a shot here. Danny Heatley, who's, again, like I mentioned, been on the uptrend, was able to finish, assisted by Nino Niederreiter and Kyle Brodziak. So Heatley back on that third line where he's been for a while now. Of course, the lines are going all over the place now with all these freaking injuries.
Yeah. Sucks. We need to have consistent lines and stuff. How are they gonna learn about the players and stuff, if we keep on having to switch lines and stuff?
Yeah, and build chemistry and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
The second line was the one that kind of stuck together more consistently. The first line kind of is becoming that as well. Like Coyle's doing really good with Koivu and Parise, though, of course, Parise with contusion. The guy's, he's never hurt yet. I mean, a few years ago at New Jersey, he was out for a while, but overall, he's almost never hurt, is he? Zach Parise.
Hopefully he comes back for these Avalanche games.
That's what I'm saying. Excuse me. That's what I'm saying. What am I doing? I'm like, excuse me. I can't breathe. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That's what I'm saying. Big time. I got a feeling he's going to be back at least by the second one, if not right away the first one. That whole 2 to 3 that 2 to 3 weeks thing might just disappear here real quick.
Sweet.
Isn't that nice? I mean, he almost went tonight. I just was stunned. But speaking of, injuries, some guys came back. Harding is back. He was the back up tonight. Nicholas Backstrom, another very strong game because only 2 goals against because the third one was that empty netter. So that's nice. Solid game by Backstrom again. 23 saves out of 25 shots. What was I leading towards? Granlund, yes. But before that, Keith Ballard's back, Neil. Keith Ballard's back. Back from 2 broken ribs. He's back. So,
Woo!
Isn't that nice? Valuable player.
Yeah, he's a good player. We missed him.
Yeah, he's very valuable. When healthy, of course. Unfortunately, he's been through some stuff this year. Concussion syndrome symptoms, whatever. Like, my goodness, what's up with all these stupid concussions? Concussion Junction again. Remember that? Well, 3 years ago, I was making a joke about Concussion Junction. And then he broke 2 ribs, and it's like, but now he's back again. Granlund, it's like, okay, coming back from concussion symptoms, again, concussion. And then 29 seconds, just 29 seconds. His first shift of the whole game, a high hit, bam, he's down the ice, gets up looking dazed, like, oh, wonderful.
I can't believe he got hurt again.
Can't believe it. Excuse me. Yeah, it was just too quick, wasn't it? Oh,
yeah.
The frustration. That's just the frustration. Oh, I just can't stand it.
It's like when you get a concussion, it's like you're a target. You're just like a sitting duck.
Yeah, and then it just keeps happening, and and it sucks. And what really sad is how it's like. I really hope it's not like 2 concussions in like a couple weeks here. That would really be bad. I mean, that's bad.
Yeah, it's really not what the Wild are hoping for.
Yeah, no doubt. And Heatley's got a nose for the net. It seems like all of his goals have been up close. I just got to mention that, but
Yeah.
just thought I'd mention that. He's got a really good nose for the puck, without a doubt, for the net. So nice to see him on the uptrend. Another disappointing finish though for the Wild. It's unfortunate, but yeah, Heatley also him and what was I looking at? Nito Niederreiter with 4 shots on goal. The third line strong tonight, and it was cool to see that. Strong for those guys. Yes. I got a feeling Heatley's on the uptrend. I really do. I can kind of see it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You like
I like them. I always liked them on their team, but sometimes he performs and sometimes he doesn't, and he's hot and cold.
Yeah, he is. He is definitely hot and cold, just like Koivu in a way, but his cold stretches have been longer. But maybe he can at least be like what he was last year, where he was pretty solid for the most part. Like when Heatley got hurt with that shoulder injury, that actually hurt the Wild pretty bad. So it'd be nice to see Heatley be like a factor, because if he is, there won't be any long losing streaks for this team. Let's just leave it at that, right? Yeah, a strong, well-coached Phoenix team by Dave Tippett. They now are slightly ahead of the Wild at 15-6-4. So that is very unfortunate to see that take place tonight. If the Wild won, they would have been ahead. So here we go.
I don't like this trend of slipping down to these other teams.
Yeah, it's a fear. I mean, if you can believe that, as good as the Wild are at 15-7, 15-7-4, we are 4th place in our division, or at least tied for 3rd with Colorado right now, and 6 points behind Chicago. Damn.
Dang.
Yep, and 5 points behind St. Louis. That's how good Chicago and St. Louis are.
Yeah, I wish we would have beat St. Louis and stuff, and not lost to Chicago. It really hurt us.
Mm-hmm. It always does, doesn't it? It seems like it's like we just got to get past them, and we're having a hard time doing that, unfortunately. But now, are you ready to pass out your Mike Modano Award and James Shepard Memorial? The best and the worst of the week?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep.
All right, go for it.
My Mike Modano goes to Koivu.
Nice, yep.
For his goal scoring and his leadership.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like he's on the uptrend too.
He has really been on an uptrend of late, and I'm seconding the Mike Modano Award with Mikko Koivu. That's where I was leaning towards pretty much from the get-go here. Mikko Koivu absolutely was the best player since episode 69. It's been really cool to see, and obviously the hope is he can continue at least something close to this pace.
Yeah.
You ready for a little James Shepard? Like, no. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it?
I'd have to say our goalie that got injured.
Who, Harding?
Josh Harding.
Oh, Josh Harding?
For getting injured during the warm-up.
Oh, that's funny. For getting injured during the warm-up. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating, isn't it? It's like, it didn't help. I mean, thank God Backstrom actually was like kind of his old self a bit. That like saved the day a little bit. I mean, it prevented the Wild from possibly going down into the toilet here, because if Backstrom played the way he had earlier in the year, we'd be in big trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we would have. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Well, if he,
Go ahead. Sorry.
If he would have got, if he wouldn't have got injured, we would have never knew that Josh Harding was such a beast in the net.
Mm-hmm. That's the funny part. Yeah. If Backstrom didn't get hurt, yeah. So it's funny how both of them had the same thing happen, injured during warm-ups. My James Shepard is also a goalie, but it's Darcy Comfer. He just It's like one goal goes in, 1,000 go in. It's like, come on. The guy just gets shelled real easy, and it's. Right now I can't tell you he belongs in the NHL at all. He should just stay in. I almost said Houston, Iowa. Go get him, Darcy. Go get him.
Yeah.
Go get him, Go get him in Iowa. Yeah. Go play for the Hawkeyes. Oh wait, they don't have a hockey program.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was the whole point, right? Isn't that mean?
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to take a quick break and come back for the previews and then brief checkup on Houston. Very brief checkup on the Houston. Why do I keep calling them Houston? The Iowa Wild. I'm never going to get it right. Iowa Wild. Pardon me. So we will be back right after this announcement.
Do you shop on Amazon? Did you know that you can support this podcast just by doing your normal shopping on Amazon? It's really easy to do. Just go to thesportstuff.com and click on one of the many Amazon pictures. Do your normal shopping, and Amazon sees that we referred you, and they give us a percentage. We'd like to thank you in advance for supporting thesportstuff.com, and please use our Amazon link. Now enjoy the rest of the show.
We are going round like Saturn's ring.
Back on Brave the Wild, episode number 70, which is a reminder for those of you on your mobile devices, on your iPhones and iPods. Simply, you can find us on iTunes, look up Brave the Wild. On Android devices, Android phones or Android tablets, there's the Double Twist application. Just get that in the store. It's free, of course, and you can download in the podcast section, look for Brave the Wild on there. And on Windows devices, Windows phones, and Blackberries, go into the store and search for Brave the Wild, and you'll find us. Yes. So to preview, jumping straight into the previews, it's a home back-to-back situation. Black Friday, hopefully the Wild will be black in terms of the profit. We'll be profiting a victory. Against the Colorado Avalanche on Friday the 29th, and then we head immediately to Colorado on November the 30th. So, first time we're going to see the Avalanche this year. Very different Avalanche team to the last year. They were the worst team in the West. This year they're one of the best. Doggone it.
Yeah.
Hoping for a victory here. It's going to be very interesting to find out how things go here.
Mm-hmm.
How do the Wild match up with this suddenly superly improved Colorado team with, of course, Patrick Waugh as the coach of all people, Jean Sebastian Giguère, who's still in my nightmares with the Anaheim Ducks 10 years ago. Son of a... he's the backup goalie. And,
that's the least you could say,
son of a, should I say it? No, I'm just say it, Joe. Son of a bitch. There we go. After what he did to us.
Yeah.
Backup goalie in Colorado. The starting goalie, yes, sir, is doing very well. Varlamov doing very well for Colorado. They're 17-6, Neil. No shootout losses for them now. No shootout losses.
Well, I'm sure we'll probably give them one here pretty soon.
I really hope so. I think the Wild win the home of the two. I'm looking for a Wild win at home and a loss on the road. How do you see this? Since it's like 2-1 here, which is nice.
I say we win them both.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Are you serious? Look at Mr. Positivity over here. Mr. Positivity.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we need it, Neil. We need your positivity. Feed this team. Feed this team.
I should be a captain on that team.
Yeah, maybe it'd be more consistent than that one guy, but number 9. Okay, I'm gonna get fired here from this show for saying that, but yep, Matt Duchene and Paul Stastny leading the way. Stastny leading the way for the Colorado Avalanche and scoring along the way there. Ryan O'Reilly doing well too. All these good young players in Colorado. Very quick turnaround for a team that looked like they were dead and gone. They're going to be dead and gone, and it would have been good riddance because they were good for so damn long. It would have been nice to see them kind of like fall apart for a little while. But then, but then Patrick Waugh took over as coach and said, "Nope." Damn. Oh man, they had to come with us for this division, didn't they? Huh?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna win. It's either us or Chicago.
Yeah, it's like. They're going to be in it, but it's going to be, or St. Louis. Don't forget about that team. Oh, it's kind of like the early 90s, isn't it? This is like the early 90s when Chicago and St. Louis were like 1 and 2 in the whole league.
Other good players are going to get injured, Joe, and they're going to take it to the top.
Wow. Well, hey, we're 6 points behind. There's still a chance. But yeah, unfortunately, right now we're looking at being a road team in the postseason. But, hey, you never know. Even the road teams can get it done.
Yep.
Got to believe, you know. So you got a win in both. I have a win at home, loss on the road. There's only one more game to preview because that would be Monday. So then after that we'll be able to record episode 71. We'll only have 3 games to review. So not quite as busy a schedule on next show. The Philadelphia Flyers come to Minnesota. Philadelphia on December the 2nd, if I believe. So it is the 2nd, Monday, December the 2nd. Philadelphia Flyers. Again, love this balanced schedule now that they've changed everything where we play everybody. We play everybody now. Eastern Conference, it's home and away, and then the West, it's like 2 home, 2 away. I like it. It's like basketball. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And I like how we're getting to play some of these teams we never seem to play against.
Yeah, it's like Philadelphia. It seems like it's been a while. So it's like, oh, I almost forgot about them. They went to the finals back in 2010, but really since then they've kind of fallen off the radar a bit. 6th place in the new Metropolitan Division, the most uniquely named division in sports right now. They're only 10, 12, and 2 starting out the year, so not a good start for them. Lots of familiar old names on this team. Their goalie, Steve Mason's doing very well. Ray Emery helped them get to the Stanley Cup Finals years ago. But, yeah, well, excuse me, he actually helped Chicago get to the finals, but, yeah, that's the funny part. Vincent Lecavalier, is on the Philadelphia Flyers, now former Tampa Bay Lightning. Scott Hartnell is really old school. He's still playing. He's on Philadelphia. Claude Giroux, one of the best players in all of hockey, still there. Not too old yet, obviously. Still young and good. A fairly talented team, but I think the Wild win this one. You feel good about it?
Yeah, the Flyers aren't very good anymore. And so I definitely think the Wild has their number.
I hope so. I think the Wild do win this one. I think they're the better team and they take care of business. It's going to be a low-scoring game, I think. They have a really good goalie there in Philly, yes, and we obviously have pretty decent goaltending. Our scoring's been down, but hopefully Zach is back by this point. Granlund, I don't know if and when he'll be back. To me, I see this as a kind of a 2-1 type of victory for the Wild, something like that. It'll be kind of like Winnipeg Jets game. Maybe not quite as physical, but similar. Yes.
Yeah.
Chris Pronger's been out all year with concussion symptoms as well. So it's another huge name, obviously, but yeah, a pretty old huge name.
Yeah, definitely concussions. Man, they're horrible. Like hockey's right up there with football, I think.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's turning, and they're starting to turn up the heat on the commissioner now, just like in the NFL, like filing the class action lawsuit against the NHL. So it's like, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
It's all rearing its ugly head right now. This concussion junction is the real thing. Like I kind of made a bit out of it, not trying to make fun of the condition or the injury. I'm just saying. I was like making a bit out of like how many people are hurt. It's concussion junction, you know. It's like this is a not a funny joke, but a joke. Like wow, so many guys are hurt or concussed. We'll call it. Concussion junction. Oh man. Yep. So you have the Wild going 3-0, do you? 3-0, Neil again? Look at you.
Yep.
You're
I think we're gonna finally turn around from these games that we've been losing of late and start having a good winning streak now.
Yeah, some of those nasty losses. Yeah, I hope we can turn things around. I do have them 2-1, so I've got a decent feeling about it as well. I think we get 1 out of the 2 in Colorado and we'll beat Philadelphia. So that's good. Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
What? Yeah, do not lose to Philadelphia, damn it. I'm going to be pissed.
Don't lose to Colorado either. They're a good team, but I'd say we play them pretty tough, and we get nitty-gritty on them and get some game-tying goals and maybe some overtime shootout wins and stuff.
Mm-hmm. If it comes to that, yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll come to that in one of the Colorado games. Hoping we're on the right end of the stick on that one. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure. Yes. So a quick checkup with the infamous. Okay, the infamous. Why am I saying that? The Iowa Wild. Yeah, Darcy Comfort. Not only is he not Comfort. What am I talking? I'm getting him mixed up with Stephen Kampfer. He's a defenseman the Wild got from Boston about a couple of years ago for Greg Zanin. I'm getting everybody mixed up. Greg Zanin, excuse me. The Wild former defenseman that was just not that good. But, anyhow. Darcy Comfort not playing well in Iowa either. He's actually got the worst statistics, lowest save percentage, highest goals against average, and he's only 4-7. Kind of struggling down there a little bit. So Darcy Comfort, all about James Shepard, and he's not doing too well in I keep trying to call him Houston, but in in Iowa either. On the scoring side of things, though, Jason Zucker and Eric Holla both doing fairly well in Houston, or God almighty, in Iowa, but nobody really particularly standing out in a big way. It's mostly just kind of an all-around, not so high-scoring team. Brian Connolly is a defenseman, and he's a career minor leaguer, 11 assists. That's about it. Guys like Brett Ballmer, Zach Phillips, struggling to score, struggling to get assists or goals. In either case, only 8 points for each of them in 18 games. Really playing like minor leaguers right now, unfortunately, and that kind of goes all the way across the board. None of the prospects really playing particularly great down there. Zucker's the most productive overall, I'll say. 10 points in 13 games. And he keeps getting called up, sent down, like every 5 seconds. Like he'll get called up and sent back down. Played against St. Louis, sent back down. Was gonna get called up tonight, sent back down again. You know, and then now I guess is gonna be called up again. If you're still there, like you're wondering what the hell is this all about? Because of the Granlund injury. Do you like Zucker, Neil? Do you like him?
Oh, think he needs to play better so he doesn't get called down.
Yeah, sent down. Yeah, it seems like it's always. Yeah, he gets sent down too quickly. It's like, geez, some stuff about him they just don't like. Mental errors, all that good stuff. Don't you just love those mental errors, Neil? Aren't they cool?
Yeah.
Poor defensive positioning, all that stuff. Just not a good defensive player at all. That's obviously a huge knock on old Zucky.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems like when he was so good last year, and now I don't know if he can perform as good.
Mm-hmm. He definitely has a nose for the net. I mean, he does have a nose for goals and all that, but
yeah,
he was valuable against Colorado. I remember that in the postseason, but then it's just so much just silly errors and such. And obviously, he's not a physical guy either, but then don't necessarily always see that in a score. But it's on him to kind of make that next step, though, and hoping it can happen sooner than later here. That definitely goes along with Zach Phillips, who he was a first-round pick, and he's not really doing anything in Iowa just yet. So that is very unfortunate. Very, Oh, sorry, I'm doing all these voices now. I'm getting crazy. Getting wacky. Lots of hours worked over the past couple of weeks here. So, with that, if there's nothing else other than that, there's a Twitter account at Brave the Wild. Do give that a follow if you could. Of course, the Facebook page. Simply type in the search bar. Type in Brave the Wild Minnesota Wild Show. Click like on that. Call-in line is 209-736-7877. 209-736-7877. It is a voicemail. Do treat it as such. Mention what show you're calling into, which is, of course, Brave the Wild. Do your statement, shout-out, question, comment, and join us on there. Don't be afraid, please. If you like this show, and I really hope you do, because I got to think you do. You should, yes, sir. Do give us a rating on iTunes. Give us a review. Tell us what you like about the show. Would be greatly appreciated, and we will give a shout-out to you on air. With that, any final thoughts you may have, Mr. Nate Dogg?
I was just wondering about Holla, if he's getting there, because he's pretty good.
He is good, yeah. And Holla's one of the other leaders in scoring down in Iowa right now. That's the good thing, the good sign. I was just bummed out when he was sent down really early in the training camp. I was like, why so quick? It's like maybe they just wanted to get him used to like the professional level versus the college hockey, obviously from the Gophers, but still, he hasn't been called up to the NHL level yet. So that's the one thing. Plays the same position as Zucker, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's screwed or anything. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
He also seems like the other kind of guy. He could be called up to the fourth line, where Zucker they don't want to put him on the fourth line, but just to get Holla into the NHL, they probably could put him on the fourth line. I got to think if they want to get his NHL feet wet. So that's one positive right there you could think of, where Holla may have a place on this team sooner than later. In my opinion. There's Zucker.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I hope to see him up here soon. I think he'll be an asset to the team.
I agree. Yeah, I could see him on like the third or fourth line at least. Where Zucker, it's just kind of like the way his style of play is all about the second line. He's a second line player, end of story. And that might be one of the reasons why he keeps sending him down, because second line kind of is what it is. It's, obviously when healthy. So Granlund, so that might be why Zucker's going to play now, because second liner's hurt. One of the major ones. I mean, you have the Granlunds, you have Granlund. Sometimes it gets mixed up and all that and that's where I get confused at times because that's how Mikey O rolls. He switches it up like crazy. But yeah, Granlund, Pominville. Sometimes it's Niederreiter, and other times it's Fontaine. It gets really confusing at times. But again, it just kind of is what it is when you get into that. Coyle obviously has been the second line center at times. Cook is generally on the third with Heatley and Broziak. So Niederreiter is generally on the second line, though we may see a possibility of even Zucker playing center, which is kind of weird, being he's not a defensive player at all. So, but second line isn't really a defensive line, though. It's usually the third. So that's where Zucker may have an outside shot of playing with the Wild, at least for a little while, until Granny comes back. Granny, yes.
Yeah, hopefully he has a speedy recovery and stuff.
I do too. We really need him to come back and play again. It's his production level dropped off a bit, unfortunately. And obviously the injuries didn't help because the initial injury was that stupid Kadri, remember, with Toronto?
Yeah.
That's where things got screwed up with Granlund, because before that he was playing really good, and since then it's just like, we don't need another Bouchard, doggone it.
Yeah, definitely we don't. He just got hurt too much.
Yeah,
he was out for a long time too.
Yeah, and his production level was, it just disappeared. So frustrating. I don't think. Yeah, it's like Granlund ultimately should be better than him, but oh boy, if it's concussion junction again, I don't know. Pray to God that's not the case. No concussion junction, Joe. No concussion junction.
Yeah, Joe. What are you thinking?
Yep, exactly. What am I thinking? Yeah, we don't want to do that episode again. No.
No.
Even though it was a well done episode, it was just it was bad news, Very bad news. So with that, it's all about speedy recovery for Mikael Granlund. So valuable. Obviously, Harding back. Hopefully, he can continue to be more and more healthy. That's kind of the theme of this show. Guys need to get healthy. They're hurting and struggling right now. That's the title of this episode. And hopefully that can change, and we'll be talking more about healthy and dominating. Yes, hopefully that's the next episode. Yeah, healthy and striving, something like that. Striding in the right direction, whatever it is. So with that, I want to thank you very, very much for coming on tonight. A very late nighter. But obviously, no, it was nice of you to jump in and let me know, hey, I can still do this. So really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, Joe.
Absolutely. We will be back next week, won't we? Yes.
Yep, definitely.
Aren't you excited?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah, we're going to have some better news next week. I got a sneaky feeling. Guys will get healthier. Obviously, Parise will... I got to make a prediction. That's 2 to 3 week thing, obviously. I think we'll be talking about Zach Parise playing when we review the next 3 games. Yes. So that's the good part. Yeah. At least one of them. Yeah. So with that, we're going to sign off for tonight. We are going to wish you all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Stay healthy. Stay classy. Thank God for everything that He's provided for you and all of that. Thank God for healthy players, all that. So, and be classy.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I keep rambling. My bad. But yeah, be smart. Be smart on Black Friday, though, out there, guys. Be smart. Don't go out there and be psycho. So just thought I'd mention that. Enjoy the Christmas season, as it will be upon us very shortly, within hours.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll be back next week.
Woo!